What is going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in and welcome to my other channel. And sorry about that intro. I was not changing it from the first one. So anyways, I just thought it would be cool to talk to you guys about my 2025 gun collection. You know, with the new year coming up and me going to spend a ridiculous amount of money on a very expensive hobby, I thought this would be pretty cool. So without further ado, I've been collecting for like, I don't know, like 5-ish, 6-ish years, I guess. I really started getting into collecting like 2 years ago, so I got most of these within like the last 2.5 years, so don't judge me. Anyways, I hate long intros and so do you, so I'm just going to run through some of these because there is a lot. So starting off, we'll do 22. So this is the Heritage Barkeep. So I bought this like 2 years ago, walked into a gun store, thought it was kind of cool. Never really owned a revolver before. It's got the 1776. Cool little hilt on it. I was like, yeah, this is cool. Chambered in 22, obviously. I have the 22 Magnum cylinder in it right now. Good shooter, fun shooter. Probably going to trade this in there. I want the Heritage Rough Rider with the tactical rail on it to, you know, suppress and put an EO Tech on. Because why the fuck not, right? Next up, Kel-Tec P17. One of the best shooting 22s on the market. I don't care what anybody has to say. The reason why it doesn't get talked about is we all know. It's Kel-Tec, right? But this is amazing. It eats any ammo that you put through it. It comes threaded already. It's got great sights out of the box. I got a compensator on here because why not? Have a generic light because I like to test generic lights. I like to test all that kind of shit and let you guys know if it's worth, you know, spending your money. So maybe I'll do a review on some of these. Next one that I have is the Ruger Mark IV. So this is the 2245 edition. Amazing gun, shoots really well. I have a ton of attachments on here. I replaced the front sight. Don't know why I did that because I have a red dot on it. Obviously, I replaced the grips on it. It's a great shooting gun. The only downfall is that it's 10 rounds. Now, this is probably one of the worst handguns I own. That would be the P322, the 6-hour P322. And I hate it so much, I didn't even want to put it together for the fucking video. So the firing pin completely disintegrated on me in 6-hour fashion. So I reached out to them, told them what the issue was, and they told me that I was loading the magazine wrong. So they sent me a video on how to load the magazine. So I reached back out to them and told them, no, that's not the issue. It's just the gun sucks. And they said, well, we think that's what it is. Try that. Reach back out to us. Did it. Told them that it sucked. Still wasn't working. And they said, oh, well, why don't you try something else and reach back out to us. Sucks. Would not recommend it. Got like 13 magazines to shoot for competition. Ass. Don't do it. 22 Magnum, Walther WMP. Great shooting gun, fun plinker, does not recoil a whole lot. Great trigger. It's a good gun. Good gun, man. If you want something to plink around with, grab it. Next is probably one of the worst handguns I own, and that is the Ruger LCP. This thing is terrible. It was good for what it was. I understand that basically you had this or you had the Bodyguard to choose from, but I mean the sights are freaking awful on it. The trigger is abysmal. It's too fucking small. Like look at the trigger on this, right? This is like a 10-pound trigger. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Crazy, right? Look at the reset. False reset, that's not where it's at. All the way to the rear, and then there's your reset. It's terrible. This gun is too fucking small. I don't have big hands. I have, like I said, I wear large in gloves, man. I can barely get 2 fingers on here, right? I need this extended base plate to get a full grip on it, right? And then you're just throwing concealability out the window. You still throw it in a pocket, but it sucks, right? So incoming is the gun that I carry actually quite a bit. This is like one of my main everyday carries, and that's the LCP Max. Major upgrade from the first LCP. They got rid of that nasty, gritty, shitty double action trigger. It's a great pocket carry gun. If I don't feel like putting on a rig, this thing's going in my pocket. I also have a holster that I can use for my belt loop. I thought I had it. Oh, here it is. Belt loop. So you can either belt loop it, put it in your pocket. Amazing gun. They do make a red dot for it now, so if that's something you're interested in. Here's a common theme. Ruger Security 380. This is a gun that if you wanted to get somebody into shooting, this is what I would recommend that you grab them. Widened trigger guard, so you can, for gloved hands. It's got a solid trigger. Really, it's a easy rack. Pretty solid trigger in there, so it's going to be the same as the LCP Max, so you're like a really nice wall. There's no squish, no rolling break or anything, and then your reset is right there. So, I mean, it's solid. 5.7, specifically the Rock 5.7. So this is PSA's intro into the 5.7 world. Amazing pistol. It doesn't make sense how good this is for the money. But look at the trigger in this thing, right? This is the wall. This is all your take up right here. This is the wall. Oof. Nice break. Oh, man. Look at your reset. Look at your reset. That's crazy. That's your reset. That's crazy. 38 Special. The only revolver I own. I know. Sorry, Jerry. Never been a revolver guy. Crazy that how good it is for the $230 price point. Obviously, there's some QC issues with it. Mine is okay, but I've seen a lot of people who've had some QC issues with it, so I wouldn't recommend it for self-defense. But man, does it shoot really well, and 38 special, baby. All right, now we're into the real meat and potatoes, 9mm, so grab some popcorn. So starting off the list is probably the worst gun that I own. This is the High Point Yeet Cannon, right? And it wouldn't be a list without one of these bad boys. This thing sucks. I got it specifically because it said Yeet Cannon on it. This was like a novelty gun, right? And I was like, if it doesn't run, I don't really give a shit. And surprise, surprise, it does not run. I have shot this thing suppressed because there's a threat on there. Like, what else would you use it for? The amount of shrapnel that came back and hit me in the face actually is very concerning. This thing is terrible. This is a gun that I carried in college. This is the Taurus G2C. Taurus G2C is one of the best guns on the market for price to performance. Guns on the market for price to performance. Obviously outshined by the G3C. At this point, I wouldn't buy this anymore. Just go ahead and get the G3C. So speaking of which, I like that gun so much that I actually bought this like a year or two later, and I got this as my home defense gun. So this is the Taurus G3. This is their full-size model. This gun is so good. This is the Gen 1 version, so it does exactly what it's supposed to do, dude. If you're new to guns, or if you're getting into guns, don't want to spend a lot of money on guns, but you want a solid gun that you can improve from, this is a great gun. It really is. Speaking of which, I like that one so much that I bought the Taurus G3C Toro. No, this is not a Taurus commercial, even though it seems like it. It shoots really, really well. One of the major improvements from the G2C to this was front slide serrations. They work, so I don't care what you say. I don't care if there's only 3 of them. They work really well. The back slide serrations are a lot deeper, and the Toro models come with 4 plates in the box, 4 metal plates. Walther's not even doing that for you, right? Good ergonomics on there, obviously, and then this really good gritty texture helps you keep onto the gun. And then the trigger in here is not bad, dude. Like, look at this. It's a reset. It's not bad at all. Like, this is a solid trigger, and it's very light. This is like a 4-pound trigger. I couldn't even believe it until I took a trigger gauge to it. Fantastic gun, man. Sorry, I'm trying to run through some of these guys, or we will be here all year. The Stoeger STR9. But this is a solid gun, dude. This is a solid gun for $150. With their rebate, you can pretty much always get these for $200, $150 with their $50 off rebate. Really, really deep slide serrations on here, and it's got a solid trigger in here. It's not the best trigger. So if you look, you got a rolling break in there, which I don't like. I like a nice defined wall, but it's not terrible. It's $150. So this is actually a fantastic trigger for $150. And here's your reset. It's not super long, not super short, but it's not audible at all. But anyways, great gun. PX9 Tactical. This thing is awesome. This is one of my favorite guns. Because it's so good, and it shouldn't be. Not for $250, right? Worst thing about this is the grip texture. It's absolutely abysmal. It is terrible, terrible, terrible. But everything else is amazing. The trigger on this thing is the real star of this show. I knew that was going to happen at some point. Trigger on this thing, real star of the show. Look at this. That's the trigger, dude. Look at the reset. That's your reset. That is your reset on a $250 gun. That's crazy. It shouldn't work as well as it does. It's just a phenomenal gun. Get one of them. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. PSA Dagger. Once again, for you ultra budget ballers. Extremely inexpensive, very affordable, shoots super well. I got this nice palm swell. It's just super comfortable. And if you're like me and you stock the deals page, you can buy a $40 lower, compact lower, and you can have a Glock 19 clone instead of a Glock 17 clone. So I bought both frames and in the slide, complete slide, for $290, right? Kind of fucking insane. And I was so impressed by the PSA Dagger that naturally I bought the Micro Dagger. So this is their Glock 48 variant of it, their Glock 48 clone. They do have a 43X clone as well. This little thing just runs. It's so nice. If anyone ever tells you not to buy PSA or talks down on them or whatever, fuck them, dude. These things run, they work well, they're good shooting guns. There is a compensator in here. I don't think it compensates for shit, for being honest. Maybe like 5% a recoil reduction, but there's not a whole lot. Ergos are amazing. I hate the texturing on it. I just don't like PSA's texture, but fantastic gun. FN 509. This thing cost me $300. Now, granted, there is no red there. It's not optics cut. It's not optics ready. None of that. But for $300, I can't complain. It's an FN 509. I feel like there's not a whole lot that needs to be said about it. I know a lot of people hate on it because of the really heavy trigger on here. I know the trigger is not that great. Make sure that it's cleared. No, the trigger is not great. It's a very heavy 6-pound trigger, man. but it's got a nice wall. It's not a rolling break. It's a nice defined wall. And then you got a short reset. Like, that's not, like, come on now. It's not bad. I don't understand why people hate it as much as they do. One of the darlings of 2025, the CZP-10C in all its glory. No, but all seriousness, it's an amazing, amazing gun. This should not cost what it costs. Look at the size of this port on here. That's how you do a chuck port. Recoil mitigation on here. It just works, man. I mean, like the worst thing about this gun is the texture on the grip. It's trash. But you can spend $20 on a handle-it grip, dude, and you can fix that issue. And alongside the comp up front, it doesn't move. It does not move. This is one of the best guns in this price category. Get one. Next up, the true darling of 2025. One of my favorite guns, and the gun that I actually am carrying at the moment. The Canik Mete MC9 Prime. I've been carrying this thing like a motherfucker over the last 4 months, and I fucking love it, dude. Comes with a magwell already, has great texture. They ran it all the way up. The one thing I will say about this thing that sucks is the port doesn't really do that much. I mean, it does something, don't get me wrong. I would say probably like 15-20%, which is decent, but if they would have did a chuck port, dude, this would have made this gun feel all that much better. It's still a gun that's very easily controllable because of this really aggressive texture on it. Interchangeable back straps, all that good stuff that you really love and you want from a, from a carry gun, dude. And then, come on, it's Canik, man. Look at this. Look at the trigger. Look at the trigger. Look at the trigger. Oh, yeah. Look at that reset. Look at the reset. Look at the reset. Oh, my God, dude. Come on. This, to me, is probably the best release of 2025. The P365. P365 needs no introduction. This is in the X Macro frame that I have right now. Every now and then, I will carry it in the Strike Industries frame. That's a little bit smaller. That carries 12 rounds, just depending on how I'm feeling that day and how concealable I want it to be. This is a solid gun. It's a good gun. It's a really good gun, dude. This is like, prime example of what a carry gun should be. Fantastic gun. P365, can't go wrong with it. Next up, so I actually forgot to do this one first. And I carried this thing for 2 years. It just does everything well. There's not much I can say about it. The grip texture on this is amazing. Very small, very compact. I love the gun. This is what I carry most days if I'm not carrying my LCP, or if right now I'm carrying my Prime, but this is the darling for me. You guys will kind of notice a theme when I like things, I just go and buy the next best thing. So this is the Shield Plus Carry Comp. Amazing gun. Side serrations are stupid, you know what I mean? I love them. They look cool as fuck. The chuck port on here, they fucked up with this. I don't know what Smith & Wesson's problem is with making these chuck ports so little. You can't do anything with it. But great gun overall, dude. Great, really good sight. Aggressive texturing. Great trigger in it, you know what I mean? It is very oversprung. That's the problem with this gun, is it's super duper oversprung. Nice and audible. Reset's not as audible as I'd like it to be, but it's super short, 4.5 pound trigger. Just does everything that you want in a gun, right? Like if you want reliability and shootability, this is the gun you're gonna take. I think it shoots better than the P365X Macro. This is a true Micro 9. You know what I mean? It's just good. Beretta 9211. This is the only Beretta I've ever owned. It feels great in the hand, even with the 92 grip angle. With the 2011 grip angle, 1911 grip angle. If you like that, you like this. It's heavy. It's got a lot of steel on this bad boy. Slide is super, super smooth. Single action only. So look at this trigger. Look at this trigger. Look at this. It's a wall. No rolling brake. No rolling brake. Nice defined wall. And then look at the reset. Look at the reset. Crazy good reset. It is really nice. Good shooting gun. Can't go wrong with it. So I've been getting into hammer fire guns a lot lately, and I've been wanting to get into the 2011 platform for a long time. So what did I do? So I forgot this gun existed. So like a year ago, this gun, the Gen 1, took the market by storm. It was like $450. Everybody wanted to break into the 2011 market, so they were buying this. The Gen 1 of this. I did not, because I saw the video from T-Saw saying that there's going to be a Gen 2 with a bull barrel in it. So I was like, let me wait for a bull barrel. So I will say for $500, the fit and finish on here is actually really, really good. The finish of the slide is okay. I will say that's going to come off pretty easily. I can tell already. And for $500, it's smooth. It's not very, very smooth, but look at that. It's not super gritty, right? Like it still feels really good. It's got a great trigger in it too. Just a good solid trigger. I can't wait to get it out to the range and shoot it, and I'll have a video for you guys. Live Free Armory Apollo 11. So my brother has the full size of this. I got the 3.5 because this is their brand new model, brand new slide. I'm looking to carry this after I put lots and lots of rounds through it and get comfortable with shooting this style of gun. But man, this thing is phenomenal. It is a fun gun. So I got 200 rounds through it, no malfunctions. It does exactly what you need it to do. Nothing you don't. 3-pound trigger in it. I'm gonna send this off to get ported. It's just a good gun. Like look at this. Look at this. Okay, 3-pound trigger because I tested it. Reset is fucking stupid. Next up, because when I say I want to get into something, I want to get into something. This is the Rock Island Armory Pro Ultra Match. I actually bought this before I bought any of the other 2011s, dude. So this was technically my first 2011. And man, let me tell you, I don't know what they're doing over at Rock Island, but goddamn is this boy smooth. Look at this. I had the safety on. But look how smooth that is. Oh my god. This thing shoots so fucking good. It is so heavy, but it's evenly balanced. Like, I took this out to the range. I put 300 rounds through it, roughly. And it sucked because it only comes with one fucking magazine. But it's an amazing gun. It shoots super, super well. I would shoot a match with this. This is how good this gun feels in the hand. I gave this to my brother, who also has 2011s. He was like, what the fuck? It's like, how much you spent on it? $500, man. And last but certainly not least, my favorite handgun. That is the Smith & Wesson M2.0 Carry Comp. This is my home defense gun. I know there's a compensator in it. I get it. It's ported. Yeah, it's going to blow my eardrums out. It hasn't yet. Fuck you. I don't care. Super aggressive grip texture, which is what I like. I don't like that soft ass shit, man. It just shoots so fucking well. Another Braun light on here, dude. The port in this doesn't work as well because they didn't rifle the barrel the correct way, which is something that I picked up on shooting this as opposed to like shooting my CZ P10C ported, but I shoot this better than I do that anyways, and it's only because I have like 4,000 rounds behind this gun. It's an amazing gun. If you're familiar with this, you're familiar with this, dude. Next up is long guns, and we'll just run through these. So this is the TM22 Feather. This is a very cheap, very inexpensive rifle. It is a great shooter. It's a great plinker. It's a great pest rifle, whatever you want to use it for. It comes threaded already, which is fucking insane for $160. It just shoots, man. I don't know what else to say about it. It shoots. It actually has a really good trigger on there. It's a good gun. High Point 3895, I believe that's what this is called. I'm not a fan of High Point. Their carbines, though, are like a separate entity. Like, these work, the pistols don't. I don't know why that is. Crazy. I bought this for my wife to use if she wanted to, and she does shoot this every now and then. Good gun. Yeah. BC 45. So this is by Bear Creek Arsenal, chambered in 45 ACB. Obviously, got an SB3 on this bad boy. I have a ambi safety on here, Kung Fu grip, Strike Industries hand stop, and then I forget what the trigger is called, guys, but it's a 3.5-pound single stage trigger. Really fun to shoot. Good gun. Consider picking one up possibly. Keltec Sub 2K. So I have a padded butt pad on here to kind of help with that very uncomfortable stock. This takes Glock magazines. Bushnell RXS 200 on here. I have some offset iron sights here on the side. A Strike Industries hand stop. I love it. It actually works really well. The reason why the third protector is off of here is because I shoot this thing suppressed pretty often. Shoots well. I think out of 500 rounds, I've had 3 malfunctions, but those were all magazine issues. PSA PA15, chambered in 300 blackout. So this is kind of my mutt. That's what I call it. So I have an SB4 on this bad boy, B5 furniture on lower here, so that's camo. Strike Industries hand stop up there, one of the best hand stops in the game. Thing is fucking amazing. I have a Swamp Fox. I forget what this is. Liberty, Justice, something like that. Whatever it is. This is PSA, man. They make really good quality stuff, and if you have any quality control issues, they'll take care of you, so consider grabbing one. Radical Firearms RF15. Got this thing tricked out. So muzzle brake I took off. I think it was just an A2 flash hider, whatever. Strike Industries, whatever the fuck that is. Pretty nice. I got some backup irons on here, all metal. Came from Amazon. Yes, they work. You don't have to spend $100 on Magpul backup iron sights. That's crazy. Got B5 furniture on it. So the B5 furniture comes stock on it, which is kind of fucking crazy, except for the hand stop up here. But the rail guards and all that all comes on here. I have an ambi safety in here. I have a Break Arms Warhammer on here. Also have a single stage 2.5 pound trigger in here. Great gun, reliable. So anyways, that's my 2025 gun collection, guys. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Do I have enough guns or not enough? Do you know, like, did I waste my money on some of these, or are they just as good as some of the other guns that are out there? I'm also interested to know how many guns you guys have and what your experience is. Have you been shooting for a while? Do you shoot competition? You know, what do you do? Do you, like, you know, what do you do with these firearms? You know, because you obviously like them because you made it to this video. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. So this is the Just As Good Guy out.